everyone, wishing you all a very happy Pongal. For those of you who do not know, this is a festival celebrated in the south of India, generally by the farmers during the end of the harvest season. This is also definitely a festival for good food and being together with family. I decided to do a traditional look because of this. Mid of January is also a beginning season for weddings in India. So I thought I'll do this look and prep you guys up a little bit for the wedding season. If you want to know more, please keep watching. I'm starting with Clinique's moisturizing gel. I regularly use this and it has kept my face quite hydrated. I have dull skin and it tends to crack up very often. This gel has worked really well in preventing that. I'm using e.l.f.'s Illuminating Face Primer in the shade Radiant Glow for my face because I want to give a glowy look for today. This is a great primer. It's quite cheap and does its job well. Once I finish my entire makeup, you can see that the primer certainly gives me a radiant glow. For foundation, I'm using MAC's Studio Fix Fluid Foundation in the number NC44 using a foundation brush. As I've mentioned before, I really haven't gotten much to experiment on my base. People have been raving about so many good ones. I should push myself to do that. I'm using e.l.f.'s HD Lifting Concealer in the shade Medium to conceal some of my dark spots on my face and to give a little boost to my nose, under my eyes and my T-zone. I'm moving on to my eyes. I'm priming them with Urban Decay's Eyeshadow Primer Potion in the shade Sin Champagne Shimmer. You can either pick up primers or simply use the concealers that you generally use. They can act as a good base for your eyes too. I'm using a couple of shades from this palette, Ulta's Beautifully Bare Eyeshadow. This is a cute palette that comes with a few shades, a primer, a couple of liners and two-sided brush. For my eyelids and my inner duct of the eyes, I'm going with the shade Rose from the palette and applying it evenly. For the center of the eyelids, I'm using a shade called Amber Lights from MAC. This is a beautifully golden shade that just pops out just enough. I'm dabbing this shade onto my eyelids and then blending that along with the rose, moving towards my inner ducts. For the corners of my eyes, I'm using the shade Plum from Ulta's palette and going in a V motion to apply the shade and blend it along with the amber. Remember guys, the more you blend, the better your eyes look as a whole. You don't want colors to look oddly away from one another. I'm using Maybelline's Eye Studio Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner in the shade Black. As you can see, I'm already wearing a light coat of the liner. I didn't want to start with an empty face for the video. So I'm just applying this all-time favorite gel liner of mine to both my waterline as well as outside the waterline to give it a solid non-smudgy look. Now for my upper line, I'm using e.l.f.'s Expert Liquid Liner in the shade Midnight. I'm applying 2 coats of this just for it to be thick enough to match with my lower eyeliner. For mascara, I'm using Rimmel's Supercolor 24-Hour Mascara and defining my upper and lower little lashes. Focusing back on my face, I've brushed off the excess eyeshadows that fell off my eyes and I'm setting the base using MAC's Studio Fix Powder in the shade NC45 with a powder brush. I'm using this bronzy blush from Colorbar. It's called Bronzing Glaze. It blends well with my face tone and I'm applying these with a blush brush on the apples of my cheek, taking it all the way back. Next, I'm using Maybelline's Master Highlighting Bronzer in the shade Light Bronze. This is a cute little blend of bronzer and highlighter and it's quite a good combination to the blush shade that I have chosen. I'm next lining my lips with Milani's lip liner in the shade All Natural. I'm applying a good 2-3 strokes to cover half my lips. On top of that, I'm applying Bourjois Color Boost Waterproof Lip Crayon in the shade Orange Punch. I chose this shade to match the sari that I'm wearing. Of course, adding a bindi to all of this. I'm finishing with grooming my brows. I'm using the shade Venice here. It's a mix of black and grey to fill and shape them. Not to forget, I'm setting my entire look with NYX's long-lasting setting spray. I spray it all over my face and wait for a few seconds for it to dry. And I'm done. This is my final look, guys. I hope you enjoyed this look, guys. As always, please let me know how this has come out. It'll help me make better videos, definitely. Please let me know if you want me to do any kind of looks or any other feedback. I would take that up for my next videos. Also, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye.